In this demo, I'm going to go over how to prepare your images for your processing sketch. So I'm combining a squid and a whale. These are just images I got from the internet. Right, they're kind of straight on images, and I'm going to use my quick select tool and choose select subject to hopefully select each option. Does a pretty good job. So then I'm going to copy and paste each of these onto their own layers, and ultimately this image is going to be very small, so I am not too worried about detail. I am, however, going to go ahead and just zoom in on the squid and just get rid of some of this extra gray area here. So I'm just going to do that. Maybe not there. Maybe use the eraser tool a little bit. Let's get rid of some of these smaller areas. But again, I'm not going to be too precise here. I'd be a little bit more precise if I was not doing a demo. I just want to skip ahead to the next step. I'm going to give myself a little bit more canvas size to work with. This is, again, canvas size and not image size, just so I can kind of place my objects. And ultimately, this is going to be very small, so I don't need to worry too much about that. So I'm going to go ahead and move my squid to one side and my whale to the other side. And I'm actually going to go back to canvas size and give myself even a little bit more width. Okay, and basically, right, what I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and mask out, right, layer mask. Use my paintbrush tool. The foreground color should be black. And I'm going to use a very large brush that has 0% hardness. And I'm just going to kind of get rid of the tail. And I'm going to do the same thing for the squid. Hit my layer mask in the lower right there. Except this time I'm going to get rid of most of the body. Then I'm going to go back to my move tool. Move the squid. I'm just using the arrow keys to get it a little bit closer. And then I might just go ahead and see with my brush tool while I'm on my layer mask here. I change the foreground color to white so I can kind of bring some back. See if I can get it to line up a little bit. I kind of can. I went a little too far into the whale here, though. Alright, so that looks good. Now, just to make the squid blend in just a little bit more, I'm going to add a hue saturation adjustment layer. Reduce the saturation just for the squid. And then I think this is pretty close to done in terms of the monster that I'm going to make. But I do realize I'm going to do one more thing. I'm going to get rid of the eye using the healing brush tool, just so it really is a kind of different creature. And so we still have the one eye of the whale here. So I have my creature. And what I want to do is I'm just going to save a working file first. I'm just going to go ahead and save it into my desktop. I probably want to have a folder structure, but I'll get into that in the actual video we're working on processing. And then I'm going to want to go ahead and do an image size and make this pretty small. I probably want the monster to be no more than 200 pixels, but actually before I do this, I'm going to cancel that. I'm going to first crop the image down so it really is just the monster and no other space, so I get a more accurate sense of how big this monster is going to be. I hit enter. I'm going to go to image size, and I'm going to make this 150 pixels and just see what that looks like. Okay, that is probably going to be good. And we'll see in a second. If it's not good, I can make it bigger. So I'm going to go ahead and do a save as. Or even better yet, I'll do a quick export as PNG. Call it monster.png. And I'm just going to save it to the desktop for now because, again, we'll go into the folder structure. Now, the main thing I do, I'm going to minimize this. The main thing I want to do when I save this and I look at the monster PNG, I want to preview it to make sure there's no background. And that's the important thing about PNG is it's not saving a background. You just have the actual image that you want, which is in this case is this monster. So in the next video, I'm going to go into how to put images into processing.